The spirit has several different names that it goes by depending on spiritual tradition. In ancient Kemet, or what we call Egypt now, it is referred to as the Ka. In Ifa, Yoruba tradition, it is referred to as Ori. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is referred to as the Chi. In Zulu or Ubungoma tradition, it is called Umoya. Okay? And this is the enlivening force that exists in every individual. It is the energy that flows through your body. It is the energy that flows through your etheric body. It is, in fact, your energy. Okay? Your spirit is your energy. That is the simplest way to put this. Your spirit is your energy. Okay? In hoodoo, okay, spirit is that there's no special word for spirit. In hoodoo, we just deal with the spirit. We understand that the spirit realm represents that space and dimension where ancestors reside, where our higher guides reside, where angels and helpers reside. It's also where malevolent entities reside, demons, if you will, all types of unearthly beings and entities and energies dwell in the realm of spirit. So it is a vast realm, and we are born from that realm. And because we come through that realm, we retain a piece of that realm, and it is our spirit. Okay? And in even the word hoodoo has a couple of different origins. One of those origins is the Ewe word from West Africa, which means, it's the Ewe word hoodoo, Hudu, hoodoo, which literally means spirit work. Okay, so in hoodoo, we acknowledge the human spirit as being connected to the earth and to the ancestors. Okay, and this is why hoodoo is a lineage-based practice. Something you will hear me say often is that hoodoo is a lineage-based practice. Your spirit, your gifts, the way that you work, the things that affect you, the things that you're able to affect are all gifts that come to you through your blood lineage. Okay, the spirit that your great-grandmother had, she passed it on to your grandmother, great-grandmother, passed it on to your grandmother, passed it on to your mother, passed it on to you. This is how spirit works in hoodoo. There is a hierarchy of spirits that we respect and admonish in hoodoo. God, the creator, the Most High, sits atop this hierarchy. And underneath, there are angels, helpers, messenger spirits. Your most elevated ancestors also exist in this realm. And then there is the ancestral realm. Okay, and then there's you. And this is just to help, I think it's a way to help us to understand rank. It's a way to help us understand who's speaking to us when you understand this hierarchy. But you and your spirit is at the center of this pie chart or whatever. Your spirit in hoodoo is activated by seeking, which is very similar to tarrying in the Black church or in the Pentecostal church. As a matter of fact, tarrying is a derivative of seeking. Seeking is a much more nature-based experience where one sequesters themselves in a forest or a wood or maybe even in a cave. And they sit and they fast and they pray and they meditate in order to awaken their spirit. And the way that they know that their spirit is awakened is they start to have dreams, and they start to have visions, or they start to have hallucinations, as the West would call them, auditory or even visual hallucinations, or dreams and visions. Okay, they will hear prophetic utterances. Perhaps they'll hear a song. Perhaps they will come into contact with a physical embodiment of their ancestor, and will be able to contact and communicate with that ancestor. This is activated again by seeking, also water immersion or baptism. And even in Ubungoma, I know when I went through Ntwaso, I had baptism, but it wasn't just one time. I went down 7 times. And it was, in fact, to disorient the conscious mind and to activate the unconscious or the subconscious mind that is more apt to communicate with spirit. Okay, the conscious mind wants to think and figure things out. The conscious mind only deals with what it can see, and spirit is invisible. So when going through certain rituals and going through certain processes and procedures, there is a disorienting that has to happen, so that the part of your brain that will get in the way can be taken out of the conversation altogether. So water immersion, the ring shout, which is ritual dancing or ritual stepping and chanting in a circle, just constantly going in a circle, that's going to take you into trance, which is going to activate your spirit. Singing, shouting, clapping, stomping, all of these things are things that will activate the spirit in hoodoo. In hoodoo, again, you can be possessed by higher spirits, by your angels, by your guides, by your higher ancestors, by other deities. These things can happen when you get slain in the spirit, which again is another thing that the Black Church has taken from hoodoo, because the Black Church is in fact a child of hoodoo, whether they like to accept it or not. And so this possession, this being mounted by spirit, is something that happens in hoodoo ceremonies and traditions. It also happens in Vodun, it happens in Ifa, it happens in the Black Church, it happens in Ubungoma, it happens in the Akan traditions, in every single tradition of spirit that is practiced by Black folk. Spirit, we understand that spirit can come in and take over your body for a quick hot second and do what it needs to do, because spirit can't operate unless it operates through a body. And if you're willing and ready, they'll come. I want to talk about, I don't know if I have enough time on this part of the video to talk about Isitunya, which is the messenger spirit in the Zulu tradition of Ubungoma, of which I am initiated as a Sangoma. Isitunya is a lot of times confused with the Christian Holy Spirit, because many Sangomas who possess Isitunya also have very strong Christian ancestors, and there's some history there that I'm going to go into in the next part of the video. So I think I'm going to stop here, and we're going to go into the next part of the video so I can take some time to explain Isitunya. So stay tuned for part 3, where I talk about Isitunya and Umbulini. And then after that, we are going to talk about the gifts and the fruit of the Spirit, and we'll wrap it up. So maybe 2 more parts to this. After these messages, we'll be right back.